Good evening, everybody. This is my first function uh, under the Excellence brand that I'm attending, though I've invested in most of the projects. Uh, I would really like to share from my heart more than this being a type of a sales talk, because true testimonials are those which come from the heart. I'll just give you my background. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I have my businesses in advertising, branding. So the place where actually you tell brands how to do bol bachangiri. And I'm also into real estate and into consulting. Having come from this diverse background, it goes without saying that you probe too much deep into things before wanting to invest your money. So I'm not among those investors who just want to be lured by a return, a very good return in any project, and you just want to invest your money blindly there. And I think that the entire team at Excellence had a hard time when I was doing my first ticket in Purple County, because I had a very strong lawyer who is one of the best lawyers in real estate out here, who goes through all the agreements, etc., and then trying to do it. But at the end of it, what I really noticed and why I probably invested in most of the projects out here is the fact that it's one thing to call yourself a brand and it's another thing to live the qualities of the brand. What Excellence is standing for is excellence out of people's power, and people's power is really coming out of trust, transparency and value for money. And I think these are the qualities that I just saw not just written on paper or flashed onto a corporate presentation, but even as a means of interaction directly with the operations department, the sales department, including the directors. In fact, I would say that it is, Reshma ma'am was telling that it's destiny that the sales team actually puts us in touch with the brand. But frankly, my destiny was where I met Mr. Sarfaraz, who is one of the directors out here, at a BNI meeting. And the very next day, my cousin also out here, who's Brigadier Satish, we were planning to go and see a plot in Saswat. And he just happened to introduce his company and he said, "Are you sure that the plot that you're going to be buying tomorrow is an NATP?" I said, "Yeah, that's what everybody really writes about. And that's where I'm going." He said, "Since you're already going to Saswat, why don't you go?" And this plot that I'm talking about was of one of the best builders in Pune. I wouldn't name the group because it would not be right on my part to talk ill about the group. As a means of the sales talk, Shiv Kailash was there, Upendra and Mr. Sarfaraj, quote unquote, tried to brainwash me by saying that though you are planning to go with this brand, just do their paper documentation and see whether things are really right or not. And I said, a big brand like this can never go wrong. And later on, and that is after 6 months after I bought my first plot in Purple County in December last year, that project was shelved. And that project was shelved because of incorrect paperwork. And this happens to be one of the biggest well-known real estate brands, not only in Pune, but in India. And that is the place where I got to know, through real experience, that it is not just mouth talk that this group is doing, but they are really thorough about it. Because they were as thorough, Mr. Yogesh corrected and said that you just see their papers will not be in place. And when I requested for those papers, I was, never given those papers. So that's how my journey started with the Purple County property. And I should say that the most important decision why I decided to put my money on so many projects of Excellent Shelter, that's why I use the word blindly, though I still see paperwork and for every project, and I think Shiv Kailash and Upendra have a hard time every time they have to explain things to me and take me through the sale deed. But when I said blindly, you know what happens? It's like, let's suppose someone is going to get married and you're going to see your prospective groom out there. So you first need to like the face, otherwise that's the starting point. And if you don't like the face and personality, you will not go ahead and talk. In case of Excellence, all the sales people are not just the bol bachchans that most advertising and branding companies make a brand out of, but they are real people, very humble, very transparent, very trustful people. And I guess this is what attracted me to at least look at investing into this brand. And I think they are going to be going places. I was quite lucky to have an interaction before I saw the plot with Dr. Birde, who happens to be the founder. And even out of his busy schedule, he gave me a presentation. He showed me how Deloitte, how they have taken the services of Deloitte to do things. And I was saying, oh my God, here is one brand that really is doing such a lot of study before doing it. As all of you know, land is ruled by Saturn, which is Shani. So most of the land deals are supposed to be like that कि तकदीर में अच्छा लिखा होगा तो होगा, वरना आपका गया. So that's the way most of us actually connect to plots and investing into real estate. And I've been like a serial investor in real estate, never in plots. And Purple County was the first plot that I really invested into. So I think kudos to excellence for that sort of paperwork, confidence, and living really the truth that made me actually invest into them. Last but not the least, I would like to really congratulate the directors who have really instilled the brand qualities into each one of the staff members. And all of them are such high energy people and such authentically passionate people that we really feel good staying around. And whenever Shiv, Kailash or Upendra comes, I think first half an hour, 45 minutes is about talking about everything in real estate, and then coming just 15 minutes to sign a check and probably buy a project. So that is the type of this. So kudos to Upendra and Shiv, who are real marketers, not just the typical sales guys who just want to put anything into the project and just get a commission and go out. And of course the founders, I wish all of them the very best and really hope God blesses them. And what Sir really started with, Birde Sir started with is Aam Aadmi wanting to make it big in real estate, and maybe the Aam Aadmi party did not stay too long with their promises, but this brand I feel is going to be living with their promises. Thank you so much and thanks for the presentation.